Hello, you're watching News9 Live. K. Chandrashekar Rao or KCR will become the first ever Chief Minister in South of India if he wins the impending elections slated for later this year. This would be his third term and all eyes are on him to assess if he can succeed in scoring a hat-trick. This shall also be the first time when KCR Garu goes to the people after having rechristened his party as BRS, that is Bharat Rashtra Samiti from TRS, indicating he has very firm national ambitions. What is going to be, however, different this time around as compared to 2014 is that the Telangana sentiment cannot be sold anymore. And like in 2018, putting its best forward foot into turning the state into Bangaru, that is the word for Telugu for golden or golden Telangana. KCR will be tested on promises made and whether he succeeded in fulfilling those promises or not. What is also very important is the winnability of some of the stars in BRS. Do they have the same caliber as they did in the past, or are they now a poor shadow of their earlier selves? What are the challenges faced by some of them? Will the tide turn in favor of KCR, or will it be a tough ride for him? We shall be joined by several guests to talk about the tough challenge or the tough battle that K. Chandrashekar Rao, Chief Minister of Telangana, faces. But as of now, in the studio, my colleague Verghese Abraham. Verghese, let's start this. I mean, anti-incumbency, I guess, is a reality which every politician has to face, 9 years, like I said, if he wins the third time, Verghese, hat-trick. I mean, it's a record of sorts. But it is also true that he is battling anti-incumbency. What's your opinion on this?
Well, KCR is the leader of one of the newest states in the country. So it has its own problems, and the state, of course, we know the history about how Telangana came into being, and KCR being technically the founding father of Telangana in a lot of ways. So the TRS, now called the BRS, in fact emerged from that movement, and rightly, as you pointed out, there is a national ambition to him. But the question here would be that anti-incumbency is something that could trigger in, because 9 years, and probably looking at an election coming soon at the end of this year or beginning of next year, we are seeing a trend where probably the anti-incumbency factor might not be against KCR himself, but against some sitting prominent ministers of the BRS cabinet might be facing it. Some of them had actually won the last elections, I think in 2018, on wafer-thin majorities, like 5,000, 3,000.
Like Jagadish Reddy, Sabita,
yes. All of them had,
Indra.
in fact, won on a few wafer-thin, majority. This is what the BJP and the Congress are trying to take advantage of. If these constituencies, and it's not only them, the sitting ministers themselves, there are several such constituencies in Telangana because of our first past the poll kind of a system, where if you win just 900 votes, you are declared as the winner.
True.
So the BJP and the Congress together have realized that these constituencies are the places where they have to in fact keep their attention on, and this also ties down some of the prominent leaders of the BRS to their own constituencies. And when an election campaign would come, of course it will be on KCR as the bigger leader that would be looked at, but when it comes to the local and a very hyper local kind of politics, you require these leaders on the ground.
Absolutely, and I think the god of election lies in detailing. We've seen it in Karnataka that stalwarts lost the elections, so easily. I mean, we keep speaking about Savadi and Shettar, and we have cases like that. So detailing is very important. I have Mahesh Konagala, who's spokesperson for the Congress, joining me, and also joining me are Sridhar Reddy, who's joining us. Both of them, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Mahesh, if I can come to you first. Namaste Andy, how are you doing?
Namaste, I'm good, thank you. Good evening to you and your colleague.
So
in the
I
studio.
want to, best wishes to you as well. Mahesh, I want to know, do you think that, I know that you're the spokesperson for the Congress party, but if you look at it, because I will not ask you about whether KCR Garu faces a challenge or not, but I'm asking you, how ready is the Congress to take on, let us say, both the BJP and the BRS, as it were?
Yeah, following the results of Karnataka Congress Party cadre and leadership, we are we are very much confident in winning the election. Which is ahead, 6 months ahead. Here, people of Telangana has come to a conclusion. I hope they are clear to change the government. I repeat, they are clear to change the government and send them, home, and welcome the new government, secular government, and welfare government of Congress. How exactly the whole nation is witnessing in Karnataka, same in Telangana. So here, BJP is not, nowhere has a foot space in Telangana. Of course, politically they are much, behind. Now the state fight is between BRS and Congress, and people are clear and they're vexed with the 10 years. I mean, 2 terms rule of KCR Garu and their corruption, family rule, and monopoly, and undemocratic, approach that they have chosen many cases. So
Mahesh.
apart from this, and the kind of public sources that have, sources that are being looted in Telangana,
Yeah.
including land grabbing and land allocations. Just 2 days before, Honorable High
Mahesh,
Court of
I
Telangana
agree
has
that there is
cancelled.
dynastic politics, there is corruption, there is also trying to further his family's interest and all that. But
I'm trying to present you something new, which is looting of the government land, which have been secured by all previous governments, and which are looted on name of favoring the corporates who are part and parcel of the TRS party, and
Congress party,
Parthasarathy
which was once
Reddy
the
Hetero chairman.
Mahesh
Yeah,
ji,
High Court struck down their GO allotting 15 acres of valuable
sure.
land in Hyderabad limits to Parthasarathi Reddy, who is the Rajya Sabha member and hetero chairman. So these kind of classic examples are there in the minds of Telangana public, and hence they're ready to demolish
Right.
their government, undemocratic
Right.
and
There
corrupt
is also,
government of
yeah,
KCR
also
Garu, and
I'll come
welcome
back to
Congress
you. There are
government.
other guests I have to introduce. A Sai Shekhar, who's a senior journalist, is also joining us. Welcome, Sai Shekhar, to the show. But before that, let me go to Mr. Sridhar Reddy. Mr. Sridhar Reddy, the thing is anti-incumbency. You're a spokesperson for the BRS. There is anti-incumbency, and like you just heard Mahesh ji, there are lots of, the opposition is going to not make it easy for you at all, sir. Mr. Reddy, it's going to be very tough. But I want to bring your attention to certain stars. For instance, you have in Suryapet, there is Energy Minister Jagadish Reddy. Now the thing is that he is facing, apparently he is walking on eggshells right now. Similarly, there are others like there is the Education Minister, P. Sabita Indra Reddy. There is also Kopula Ishwar. I mean, I'm giving you certain names because we did research and we found that they may have won. Now, some of them won with wafer thin majority. But this election, they really face a serious challenge, Mr. Reddy. What would you like to say about that?
See, people of Telangana are intelligent. They understand whom they are supposed to vote for. And in the past, hello?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the issue is that people understand what we have done in the past 9 years. And these are many surveys which we are seeing. Suryapeta, there is a problem. Maheshwaram, there is no problem anywhere in the state. And all our ministers are functioning, performing very well. And today, he is an energy minister in Suryapeta, and Telangana is supplying 24 hours uninterrupted power to all segments. And we are one of the very few states, rather only state giving 24 hours free power to the farmers. So there are many such, things that we are doing in the state, whether it is development and welfare. So anti-incumbency is only a kind of, propagation from the, opposition side, but absolutely people know what we have done. And today you take every social, rather development or other indicators, We are the best in the country. And we are
Right,
the
you know,
fourth largest
but you are
economy.
not, no, sir,
What we have done-
anti-incumbency, sir, Reddy Garu, anti-incumbency is a natural corollary of any election. Whenever cephalogists and experts look at, you know, someone's term, 9 years, if he wins the third time, KCR Garu, then it's going to be a hat trick. There is bound to be anti-incumbency. I mean, you can't be perfect. I mean, gone are the days of Jyoti Basu or others, you know, who ruled for years and years. That's why. So far you have not. You said people of Telangana are intelligent. Of course, they are very intelligent. But I still do not know what are you going to go to them with. Because, you know, let me bring NV Subhash here and also Sai Shekhar. Mr.
10 seconds
Subhash,
to me.
I'll come,
10
sir, I'll
seconds to
come
me.
back to you. Sir, I will come back to you, sir. Please,
10
sir.
seconds to me.
Mr. Subhash is also joining us and also Mr. Sai Shekhar. Mr. Sai Shekhar, I want to go to you first. I wanted to say hello to Mr. NV Subhash. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast, Mr. Subhash. Mr. Sai Shekhar, I want to bring you in. You know, the thing is that I haven't yet, the thing is it's all very easy. The first year you went with saying, oh, Telangana is formed. It is a, it's a landmark. It's something that we were all so proud of. Then 2018 you went with Bangaru Telangana, you know, what all you did. What now? Don't you think that, you know, KCR Garu has to now really seriously think of what do you go to the electorate with? Would you agree, Sai Shekhar?
He has a plan of action to approach the electorate. His poll plank is deliverance. Whatever has been promised and whatever hasn't been promised in the last 9 years have been delivered. And he is going to seek a vote based on his performance in terms of both welfare and also development. And the very huge edifices like, you know, the Ambedkar statue and the secretariat, which are very impressive, they themselves speak how the government has performed, and the Kaleshwaram project and the brown parched fields of Telangana have been converted into lush green fields now. You just take an aerial view and Telangana is producing a bountiful of crop, and it has become the, once it was derided as the desert in the country, and today it is the granary of India. Telangana has posted the largest paddy production, and in other crops also Telangana has surged far ahead of many
Mr.
other
Sai
states.
Shekhar, I am very surprised. You know, we as you are my sir, after all, we are all working in the same profession. We generally try to see what is it that he has not done.
There
and
is
therefore,
no anti-incumbency. That you have been arguing about anti-incumbency.
I haven't argued, sir. I am asking you.
In the sense that you have been saying that there is an anti-incumbency. Anti-incumbency may be present in terms of a few candidates in certain pockets in the state. I wouldn't disagree with you, because they have been there in the power serving for the 10th year now. KCR is in the 10th year of his office, and he has actually broken the record of longest serving uninterrupted term by any Telugu chief minister in both Telugu states together. And because of that reason, maybe there will be some element of anti-incumbency, but in some constituencies, which KCR must be aware, when you and I are able to talk about it.
Right. So there is, I mean, you are actually saying that KCR is not facing a tough challenge at all. Let me come back to you.
I don't think KCR is facing a tough challenge.
Fantastic. That's very good. You know, that will, he will be setting a record. So good for us. Varghese, do you think that one can say that there is absolutely no anti-incumbency?
Well, you can't say that there is no absolutely anti-incumbency, because, but he's also right in a way saying that it is there among certain MLAs, and that is what the opposition is also trying to get advantage of, because they had won through in certain places as wafer thin majority. So we are not looking at you know, KCR having the larger anti-incumbency. We're looking at the hyperlocal possibility of certain ministers who might be sitting MLAs as well, who might lose on a wafer thin process.
I'll come to that, right. But then I will come to that. I have their names in front of me. But the point is that you need a starting point. You just can't say it's because of so and so. You never know. These are elections.
These are elections. Yes, that is there.
You never know. There are always surprise candidates.
Also, there's a question about deliverables. For example, Telangana as a state was a deliverable product, and it was delivered. And then you were talking about the question about industrialization of the state.
Dalita Bandhu, all those are, you know,
a lot of schemes have been put in place.
The Bima scheme, all that, although the Southern he has started, the Jain, he's actually doing a balance act. I mean, you know, he's distributing it equally, but like I said, the science of psephology is such that unless some miracle is what I am asking, that there could be, because see, it's going to be a triangular fight. The Congress after Bharat Jodo and Karnataka win is really going to capitalize, and there is also the BJP.
Yes, in certain places, so that it is not just a triangular fight that we are looking at. In certain places, we are also looking at possibly independent candidates, strong independent candidates coming up. So it could be a four-cornered contest.
Very
and
interesting.
especially in some of these constituencies where it could be a four-cornered contest. And if the current MLA has a wafer-thin majority, you know how it's going to, it's a battle for all.
Right. You know, let me bring in NV Subhash, who's the spokesperson for the BJP. Mr. Subhash, you know, we are talking about, does KCR face a tough challenge this year, considering that if he does it, then he will set a record of sorts in entire south of India, you know, the hat trick as it were, because he has actually worked on all the, I mean, he's gone to the hustings, you know, talking about all the possible achievements that he has. What do you have to think about it? I know that, you know, the BJP has been working very quietly, of course, very loudly also when it comes to leaders like Bandi Sanjay, you know, I mean metaphorically. But the point is that after GHMC, you've got a shot in the arm. But what do you think that, you know, do you think that it's going to be a very tough challenge? Because I want you to speak about the readiness of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Subhash.
Good evening all, and good evening for thank you for inviting us. What we can see that during this 9 years of the BRS government in Telangana, there have been a lot of aspirations for people of Telangana, which they have really appreciated because of the formation of the state through the Bharatiya Janata Party's support. But after 9 years, what we can see, the aspirations have not been fulfilled. If you can see, I don't have to really read out the list that where the, the BRS government has failed. It is, they almost failed in almost in all subjects on that. So KCR definitely is facing a tough challenge from the Bharatiya Janata Party. But earlier, if you can see the records and archives of the BRS and the KCR's, the public meeting or in the press conference, he has said that where is Bharatiya Janata Party? I don't see Bharatiya Janata Party anywhere. But constantly in the the GHMC elections and some of the the bypolls which have held, including the teachers MLC elections which just concluded in last 2 months, the Bharatiya Janata Party has been constantly the graph has been rising. And if you can see the votes in the Karnataka also, the percentage of votes have not really deteriorated, but the number of seats have definitely gone down. So we are facing a tough challenge in the Karnataka, but that really doesn't mean, that really doesn't have any impact in other states, because every state has the unique problem and then the unique awareness. As far as the Bharatiya Janata Party claims that there is a tripartite agreement between the Congress, the BRS and MIM. The common enemy is only the Bharatiya Janata Party, either in the center or in the state. So the BRS now has to do or die situation in that, because the political survival is only depending upon the winning in the state of Telangana. Otherwise, they will be just written off. And we also blame, and then we also question, and we also really question the integrity of the BRS, which has become the national party from the TRS, leaving the Telangana issue. How come you did not even contest in the Karnataka? Where is your support? What where is your support to the JDS? Because when the BRS formed, people have come from the Karnataka and from the Maharashtra, but we can see during the elections also you were nowhere to be seen.
Right.
So this shows that he is in defensive mode. So definitely he has to have a tripartite agreement between Congress, MIM, and
right. Let me, I think we're running away too much, Mr. Subhash. I'll come back to you, and my apologies if I interjected you. I want to go back to Mr. Reddy, because like my colleague said, the God lies in details. Mr. Reddy, who's the spokesperson for the BRS, I want to bring you in. I want to give you certain instances. Let's look at Maheswaram, Education Minister, Sabita Indra Reddy. She is now facing a challenge from BRS leaders itself. There are a lot of leaders of the BRS who are giving her a run for the money. Now, the Congress is also planning to field Mayor Parijata Reddy, and the BJP is likely to field or nominate Andela Ramulu as its candidate. So, I want you to now, Sabita Indira Reddy, as we understand, there are certain things which become a kind of a big banner or a placard for certain people. One remembers how she handled the IIT, the case where she called the entire protest of the students very silly. She thought it was very silly of them to bring up these issues of what is this mess, you are not getting food, etc., etc. I just want you to focus on Maheswaram sir. What is your answer to, do you think Sabita Indira Reddy is challenged, and that too from within BRS?
I don't know. I mean, media channels are finalizing Congress and BJP candidates also. Fine, we don't have any issue with that. And Sri Ramulu contested and lost in the last elections. And coming to the minister, she's our portfolio minister. I'm the chairman of Education Infrastructure, so she's our portfolio minister. No other MLA could have done so much of activity, development in Maheshwaram constituency in the past 10 years what she has done. And I know, I have very clearly seen. And the kind of time and the kind of effort she puts in for the constituency people and development, and people understand it. Forget about the politics. Sri Ramulu, Parijata and all, they are all very, negligent, in front of Sabita ji. And I know it very clearly. I have been in politics for the past 13 years. And as far as tribulity is concerned, she did not say it's a silly activity and all. She was only saying, I was very much present. She was saying, for small things, you guys don't have to worry so much. We are here to protect you.
Right. Okay.
We are here to assist you and all.
Right.
She
but I think someone who can, I will
and
go
one more thing. The mess and everything. Today, tribulity, few individuals tried to create some kind of an issue, but the government has gone ahead and sorted out all the issues, right from mess and everything there.
Right.
And we also have traveled along with the minister.
Right. Now, I think the best, everyone should get equal time. I somehow try, but if I fail, my apologies to you. I'll go to Mahesh ji, but I want to go to Sai Shekhar now. Sai Shekhar, Mr. Reddy spoke in defense of Sabita Indra. I want to bring focus on Suryapet, the energy minister, G. Jagadish Reddy. He is also apparently facing a lot of challenges, as it were, and a tough challenge from his opponents. Now, Jagadish Reddy is, of course, the same person, Varghese, who was told, remember, when he said, what happened, your cabinet doesn't have many women. He says, the women are there at home, no? I mean, we remember that comment. So, Mr. Sai Shekhar, I spoke about Sabita Indra and I spoke about Suryapet, that is Jagadish Reddy. Do you think, it can't be that these two are not facing any challenge? I'm not talking about the entire cabinet, sir. I'm only bringing into focus certain MLAs.
The issues that you are bringing up, I don't think they are larger political issues. And also, I would like to ask you one question instead of answering to your question. Do you think TRS has actually gone into poll mode? I think they are still they are continuing with the governance, and the poll dates are not announced. And of course, KCR knows and everyone knows that the polls are due sometime round the corner. But then Telangana Rashtra Samiti per se is not as it is. It hasn't jumped into the poll mode as yet. That is what I feel.
Can I answer?
And you are already getting into micro level constituencies and identifying candidates who will contest.
Can I answer? No, please allow me to answer. No, this is not fair. You've become the anchor. I've become the guest.
Please.
Thank you, Sai. My answer to you is yes, Sai Shekhar. I think that they are in an election mode because KCR Garu has now even checked out of the so-called federal front, is now done at least 5 or 6 kind of meetings in Maharashtra. He is now looking at the national stage. So forget about Telangana. He wants to perhaps be the Prime Minister of a country, and why not? Imagine KCR Garu become the Prime Minister. I'm a South Indian, sir. I will wave a flag, and I was born in Hyderabad. So I will be the first one to celebrate. So let's all clap on that. But I'm coming back to you. Now, Mahesh, tell me something. The Congress's readiness. We spoke about Jagadish Reddy, we spoke about Indira Reddy. Now I'm going to bring you in, Mahesh Kanagala, the spokesperson for the Congress. The thing is, the one thing that yes, Bharat Jodo happened, I agree. Yes, Karnataka win has happened. It will have a domino effect, Mahesh. But the point is that if you look at the Congress, I mean, remember undivided Andhra Pradesh? Congress was king. It was its citadel. What happened after Telangana? Slowly and steadily you started losing momentum, and today one sees that there is really a trust deficit of leadership. Mr. Revant Reddy, I'm not saying every leader is, kind of very holier than thou, but he's cash for vote scam. He's not able to keep his table together. Tell me briefly, what is that one thing that you're going to go and give a real challenge to K. Chandrashekar Rao?
Yeah, that's a past story now. It's, all congressmen unitedly fighting against the corrupt government of Mr. K. Chandrashekar Rao, and we are going to win. We won the hearts of people of Telangana now, and we're going to win the election too. And why it didn't happen in 2014 and 2018, it is like, KCR was successful in fooling with his magics. So, but not all the time, all the people, right? So this is the time where bye-bye KCR, time in Telangana. Of course, in a nationwide bye-bye Modi will happen in, 24. 2023 is the turn of KCR to say bye-bye from Telangana politics and from his, the kind of a stone era ruling that it is happening in Telangana as and today. That is one. Second, as you guys are discussing about winning chances of Ma'am Sabita ji, present education minister, but I come across some speculations whether she retire from the politics and her son will take over the politics, whether it is from Maheshwaram or from Rajendra Nagar. This is another debate going in Telugu media. This is also have to keep in all your eyes. But see, this is the fight. BRS is coming with KCR space, and KCR space is fade out in Telangana with his corrupt and monopoly Irani politics, for which he is going to pay in coming elections. For that, we are going to fight, and we are unite. By the way, I'm just stressing it on. We are unite. All leadership is fighting unitedly, and on coming 11th or 12th, we are going to our top brass go to meet my IACC top leadership in Delhi. From there, we'll chalk out the strategy, and we are in the race now. We are implementing the strategies how to win, because
let me go to Mr. Subhash. He's been waiting. Mahesh, please. Mahesh, I'll come back to you. Let me go to Subhash ji. Mr. Subhash, I want to ask you, KCR has never been there when Mr. Modi has come calling in Hyderabad. He's been missing in action. Also, the way KCR took on the center in the paddy procurement case, it was a very aggressive pitch. You remember, Varghese, where he said, I'm going to dump all the paddy in front of India Gate. You're being very unfair to me. The center has not given me what I deserve. Even KTR Garu.
They have all made the statement. Also, the issue about the promise that was made on turmeric, which also had boomerang on the ground.
So, Mr. Subhash, I want to ask you that do you feel that, I know that you are all, GHMC of course is one very, very good example that you pull the carpet from under their feet. But overall, do you think these things will really impact you? Because you see, Telangana is also about that Telangana pride. When we talk about Bangaru Telangana, it's also about who we are. This kind of, slugfest between the center, don't you think it will impact the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Subhash?
See, we have been fighting for the cause of the people, whether it is for the paddy recruitment, the procurement, or the turmeric board, or any other issues. First, we are Telangana. As far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, our main issue is for the development of the Telangana. Remember, always Modi ji tells that once we fight, once the elections are over, so it is only for the development. As far as the development is concerned, if you can see how many projects have come from center, how many schemes have been implemented in Telangana, and how much money has been dumped here. But unfortunately, due to the bad, the president and bad the governance, all this money has been diverted to one or two projects for their own benefit on that. Leaving aside, we are only focusing on the development. Development is the main issue because under the leadership of Modi, where many schemes have been implemented throughout the country, whether it is Bharatiya
Right.
Janata Party ruled states or not ruled state, we are going on the development agenda. People in Telangana have already decided because they have given opportunity to all the political parties in Telangana. They wanted to see and then test how the Bharatiya Janata Party will do. And then definitely we are focusing on the development agenda, and then under Mahajanpat Sabhiyan, which has been happening this month all over the state.
You know,
The Bharatiya Janata Party is
right.
focusing on the development and schemes and the funds which the central government has given to the Telangana. If you
I'll
can
go
see
to,
the press
yeah,
feeds also,
sure. I'll go to
we
Sai
are
Shekhar.
only telling that how many funds have been given.
Right. Sai Shekhar is there for an overall perspective. So therefore, I'm going to Sai Shekhar, then I'll go to Varghese. Sai Shekhar, don't you think that in Karnataka, one thing which failed was, although Mr. Narendra Modi did several rallies, somehow the heft of Siddaramaiah, D.K. Shivakumar and the cadre really worked. It was local for vocal or vocal any which way, vice versa. The thing is Kannadiga pride. What does the Kannadiga want? Do you think that this entire thing about central schemes, because see, KCR Garu has been really ripping them off by saying, you have not paid us our dues. Do you think that now Amit Shah is also slated to go there, Mr. Modi is also slated to go there? Do you think it will have an overall impact on the BJP so far as the next elections are concerned?
I doubt. BJP and Congress are fighting for the second position in Telangana. Hazarding the, being branded as pro-TRS, I would like to say that BJP and Congress are in direct fight with each other for the second slot. And Amit Shah, Modi and all may hardly have any impact, as you just now pointed out. Siddaramaiah, D.K. Shivakumar's magic worked in Karnataka, which means people want to have a face for the post of the chief minister. And recently KTR has posed a challenge to the BJP as well as the Congress to name their chief ministerial candidate, saying that KCR is our chief ministerial candidate and he's going to seek an election for the third time. Who is your chief ministerial candidate? And they will naturally take a wheel of, that we are national party, high command will decide towards the end of the election. All these things, they cannot name the chief ministerial candidate, and unfortunately for both the national parties, they don't have anybody also to showcase as a face.
Mahesh is saying something.
Could you please enlighten? It's a request to the analyst Garu. It's a request for you. Can you please let us know who is the prime ministerial candidate, because it is a national party now, as they are claiming today. Who is the prime minister candidate for BRS?
Yeah, exactly. You asked the right question. You asked the right question, Mr. Mahesh. I would like to, as a political observer who has been seeing KCR for several years, KCR has launched his party and he ran it for 13 years before he clinched the desired separation of Telangana.
He didn't clinch the desire of Telangana.
No, wait. You have asked the question.
Granted the Telangana.
Mahesh, you have asked the question. Let me answer. KCR will be the face of the prime ministerial candidate. KCR will be the prime ministerial candidate on behalf of BRS. If not in 2024, maybe in 29.
Don't wear the mask of a journalist to defend TRS and BRS.
No, play. This is ad hominem.
Okay. You know, Sai and Mahesh, I can't shout louder than you. You are all men. I mean, women can shout much more. Now, if I start shouting, that's it. We are not like that. We are not a TV channel. Please. I'm just requesting you. So let me just, divert attention. We are talking about whether KCR Varghese is facing a very tough challenge or not, right? I want to bring into focus Khammam, Transport Minister Ajay Kumar, who's facing a challenge from suspended BRS leader.
You have a rebel from the BRS itself.
Srinivas Reddy. Yes, Sabita Indra Reddy also. The same thing is happening, that my brother is standing against me. And if you remember, this this Ajay Kumar, who is the transport minister, there was some controversy also about him in the abetment of his suicide. That's in the past. Every minister now has some controversy or the other. But don't you think it's like this? Sabita Indra Kumar or Ajay Kumar here, these are people who have won elections, whether by whip, but they are influencers. Would you agree? And they are facing challenges.
They are facing challenges, and also there is something that's happening within the BRS. I don't know whether the panelists will agree with me also. The second rung leadership within the BRS is now becoming impatient. They want a taste of power. They have, you know, they have grown through the ranks, and now they're going to ask for that pound of flesh. What we are technically seeing when we say that there are challenges from the BRS leaders for these two leaders, what we are trying to say is that the second rung of the leadership has started to exert pressure now. They want, you had 2 terms, if we are coming in a 3rd term, we want to have a chance at power. So that is what basically what's happening within the BRS as well, because even if they get a 3rd term, it is going to be the same faces. If they are going to see the same faces coming in, a lot of people might in fact feel that they've been relegated or sidelined. So that is why they are asking for, or what we see, this kind of a rebellion within, where this someone who's very much there in the second rung of the leadership is trying to exert themselves.
Right. And I think Mr. Reddy wanted to come in. Mr. Reddy, please, what you wanted to say, please say your piece. But I want to also ask you one thing before you answer, or ask what you want to, Mr. Reddy. You know, KCR Garu went around saying we need to have a federal front, we will form an anti-BJP kind of a thing. He spoke to Stalin, he spoke to Mamata Banerjee, he went and met Devegowda out of respect, he also met Kejriwal. Suddenly he checked out of it. He said, no, these regional leaders have their own ambitions. Some confusion he is creating. Suddenly he doesn't want to be part of this. I mean, don't you think that his image has also taken a beating, because he said, I cannot come. When Nitish Kumar called a meeting on 12th June, he said, I can't come. Of course, a lot of others are also not going. But the point is, KTR Garu also gave statement. Somewhere his image got a beating that he is not a team player. He just wants to further his own political ambition. So, Mr. Reddy, please say your piece first and then kindly answer my question. Thank you.
See, first of all, let me answer your question. KCR ji always says that, you know, my idea is not to gather few political parties or few leaders and form a front and do it. We never said. We as BRS want to put forth a strong alternative agenda before the nation, and we wanted a discussion to happen in this country. And we very clearly we could see Narendra Modi's government is a failure in all fronts in the past 9 years, right from employment to industrial growth, agriculture sector, whatever sector you take, the country has taken a beating. So very clearly we wanted, and we also have made it clear many a times KCR ji has, you know, expressed how this government, in the central government, could not utilize the resources of this country, could not optimally utilize this resources of the country for the betterment of the country. And we wanted to showcase this Telangana model before the nation, and we want to have a discussion. A state which could, you know, construct the largest lift irrigation project in the country in 2 years or 3 years. Why not the central government? What have they done? So that is what actually in the national space we have not checked out. Number 2, coming back to Telangana here, today there is no match for KCR's leadership in Telangana. BJP absolutely ruled out. I am telling you, it's a forgotten story. And Congress, just because they had, you know, a victory in the Karnataka, little bit, you know, a kind of enthusiasm is there in Congress rank and file, but on ground it is totally different. As Sayaji was saying, we are not depending on, you know, these analysis and all these things on ground, Surya Pet, you know, Maheshwaram and all. KCR ji is our, you know, prime figure, and whatever development we have done in the past 9 years, and the welfare, every section is taken care of. Every sector is taken care of. And you take the numbers, right, from per capita income to per capita power consumption, and the kind of infrastructure we have developed in education sector and health, and the kind of, you know, measures we have taken to grow, you know, agriculture, other farming, irrigation, and other allied sectors. So the standards of life of Telangana people have, you know, increased dramatically, and the numbers are the testimony to it.
You know, but you know, I'll tell
So
you
we are
something,
not
Mr.
worried.
Reddy,
We are
Mr.
not
Reddy, this whole Vikas, the
political
V
tourists.
word, or development, yes, there is development. Infrastructural development, health sector, we can count. I mean, whether you count in Pinarayi Vijayan's government, your government, Stalin, Jagan Mohan Garu, everyone will say. But the thing is, it is not just, today elections are not won only based on development, sir. There is something else. What is in it for me is something that everyone is looking for. I just
KCR,
feel... Go on, sir. Go on.
Madam, KCR is one of the most experienced leaders and successful leaders in this country. And a man who has brought a separate state of Telangana, and the ambitions of Telangana people have been made true under
So
his
what
leadership.
will, okay, so I'm
And in
asking
past
you,
9
Mr.
years,
Reddy. Mr. Reddy,
Yeah,
you
please.
went with formation of Telangana, then you went with Bengaru Telangana. What is your agenda this time? Development. Is that your agenda?
Continuation of development, and whatever today we are, we wanted to scale up it to the next level. And
Right.
today, probably the country's per capita income at 1.7, we are at 3.17. Probably we'll double it, and we have so much of work to be done in many sectors.
Great.
And this, development saga will continue.
Right.
And there is no match for KCR. These
Yeah.
kind of statements, analyses, and the political
Mahesh,
tourists,
let me go
Mahesh,
to Mr. Reddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, Amit
Mahesh
ji,
wants to
Mohan
come in.
ji,
Mahesh,
Priyanka Gandhi, there are no match to him.
you know something, Mahesh, one can't take away the role of the Congress when it comes to the formation of Telangana. It's a historical fact. No one, we can keep talking about it, but history is history and for everyone to see. But there is one question which, one wants to ask. Who is your chief ministerial candidate? Maybe tough challenge for KCR Garu. I mean, I'm saying it, maybe it is not true, I may be proven wrong, like Sai says, and maybe I'll buy Sai a nice cup of coffee. But the point is, so far as the Congress is concerned, it's in a shambles. You just can't keep saying Bharat Jodo happened, we won Karnataka. What are you doing to put your house in order, sir?
Yeah, Congress party as a national party, we have a custom and traditions that we follow standardly. Okay, that is the same was followed in Karnataka. In Karnataka, we have not declared our chief ministerial phase, but still we have, clinched that victory. And here also it is possible. People will understand. People of Telangana now, they realize what KCR, how and when, how, what ways are, he betrayed Telangana on name of Bangaru Telangana, and what were their assets before formation of Telangana and before they got into power, and now today's what their assets gone into, which level. They all understood. Public is clear, ma'am. Once again, I'm trying to repeat the same thing. Public is clear. They want to send KCR off the power and bring the Congress. Congress, the welfare government will led by somebody who really connect to the public and suggested by the High Command. That
Absolutely.
Is
Now you're, Varghese,
internal
now
I
he's
want
talking.
to tell you,
Maybe
I
it
want to
will
tell
be a
you
Labharthi thing. Much like Karnataka, which spoke about it guarantees, maybe the Congress is working on an entire Labharthi thing to give possible challenge to KCR Garu.
But so that is where the irony is, because KCR has already offered
Exactly.
many of them. Many
It's
of
larger
those,
than life
so
Labharthi.
He's also given a lot of, Labharthi schemes, as we would jokingly call it, but still, a lot of such welfareism that the Congress is talking about.
The canteens, the rice,
So all of them are already in place. So what is that will be different from what KCR gives?
No
will
one,
be the
that's
question.
what I'm not getting a coherent answer, and I wish don't hold a brief. We both don't hold a brief for this party or that. We are saying that, look at this. What Varghese and I are talking about, KCR's tough battle. Fine. We are saying anti-incumbency, certain members may be facing challenges. But what are the other parties doing? But the other parties so far, Congress at least, Mahesh ji speaks beautifully well, but he's not been able to tell me what his plan is. And that is the problem there, that is the entire problem. So I want to go to Subhash ji. Subhash ji, is there a concrete plan? I know, if I ask you, maybe Bandi Sanjay will be the chief ministerial candidate. Am I right in this, or am I hazarding a guess?
No. See, our the plan is for the development of Telangana. The second plan is to dethrone the family rule and then dethrone the corrupt rule. That includes the Congress party and the BRS party. Coming to your question that who will be our chief ministerial candidate, it is not right. It is not right to talk about this now, because all karyakartas, we have a chief minister who is a karyakarta of the BJP, not drafted from other political parties. Definitely, our karyakarta who has been working for the party from many years. Definitely, the karyakarta will be the chief of the party and the chief minister candidate. So, candidate selection will be done only after we get number of votes and then the number of the assembly segments we win, and then it will be from the BJLP leader. So we don't really believe in that this person will be the chief minister, that person will be chief minister. It's not a family role. It's a democratic party, world's largest party, where number of 18
Right.
crores karyakartas are there. So we have to cater everyone. Then we will just select the chief minister candidate. This is
Right.
the
So,
the situation for the
yeah.
Bharatiya
So,
Janata Party.
the sense, Varghese, I'm getting it, whether it is the BJP or the Congress, is that the opposition thinks that the only way to uproot KCR Garu, why? The reason is not how, but why is family rule, corruption, too much power vested in the family. That's what seems to be the one major grouse. What do you think?
Well, that seems to be what they are trying to sell. But again, the crucial question remains like how KTR asks, who's your chief ministerial candidate?
Exactly.
Who is going to replace
yeah.
KCR, the person who's brought you Telangana, the person who's in fact ensured that, as I was saying, that better welfare schemes are there from him. So you have to compete with that as well. So who are you going to replace? Now, both these parties being national parties, the high command culture is there. And because the high command culture is there, none of them want to stick out and say that yes, the person who is fighting him on the ground and who's been the face of the party for so long is the person who's going to be given that position, because they're all being cautious about it.
Varghese, Maheshji was talking about in Karnataka, they did not announce a CM face. But for 72 hours, we had very good, that kind of serial drama. One man going inside angry. The other man, I'm talking about DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. Those expressions, don't talk to me, I am tired, ask him, oh, I want to have dinner, I will not talk to you. You saw all that, right? So there was enough and more drama, right? And eventually also, I don't think everything is hunky-dory in the house of Karnataka. So, there is a problem there. Yes, maybe they believe in a process, but that process did not yield any pleasantness.
But right now, in fact, I'll stick my neck out. Revanth Reddy is the person who has been the face of the party for a long time. He is in the case of Congress, and Bandi Sanjay in case of BJP. They are the foot soldiers that both the national parties have on the ground. But still, the inability to say that they are unable to be considered as those leaders, in fact, showcases that, they are not confident. Both of them are confident. That is the
So, although we are saying KCR is facing a very tough battle, it ain't easy for both the BJP and the Congress. Mr. Reddy, quickly, I've completely run out of time. And then I want to give the last word to Sai, because he's the only man who doesn't belong to a party, but he kind of likes KCR. Go ahead, Mr. Reddy.
Even 2018, this kind of analysis was happening, tough battle, KCR will not form the government and all. Ma'am, I'm saying here, we will be forming the government for the third time. KCR ji will make a hat-trick with 95 seats and plus. And both these parties has no strength in the public. Just by talking, nothing happens. BJP being in the central government actually has betrayed Telangana people by not honoring any single promise made to us during the
Okay. Now I want to give it to Sai Shekhar. I have completely, sorry sir, Reddy Garu, sorry sir, I have completely, sir, I have run out of time. Sai Shekhar, so I don't want to put words in your mouth, but tell me, do you think that it's not, I like the way you are laughing, that's the way to do a debate. Why be angry? We are not a TV channel, Sai, we are all friends here. Are you saying that KCR Garu is not facing a tough challenge? Are you challenging me and saying you're wrong, Sudha, when you say that?
Yeah, I think so. He's not facing any challenge.
I like that. Okay, so he's not facing a tough challenge. And also, do you think it's because the other parties are still not ready with a clear-cut kind of a game plan?
Yes, including they don't have a plan of action in terms of what would they give to the people to outshine KCR, and seriously there is a lack of leadership in both the parties in terms of, for example, Congress had YS Rajashekar Reddy. Even though Congress did not name Rajashekar Reddy as the chief ministerial candidate,
right,
and there were too many leaders throwing their hats into the ring, and they wanted to stake their claim for the chief minister's post, there was nobody who could actually challenge Dr. YSR when it comes to 2004 and also in 2009. Is the Congress in a position to showcase some leader like that in Telangana? I am very sure they don't have anyone.
Yeah, but there is, right. Okay. So thank you.
Same ditto with the case of the BJP.
But
BJP
let me
has
also have the
actually-
last word. I think if there is one challenge that KCR will face, it is about dynastic politics, vesting too much power in both his son.
His family members have participated in the agitation, boss.
Sir.
Please try and understand. They have
Sir.
come from the agitation.
Sir, it's now
See,
decided. They are saying KTR Garu will be the chief minister of Telangana.
Who said?
If
KTR himself said the chief minister's candidate is KCR.
No, but you only said, Sai, that yes, he is the prime ministerial candidate. Who? Chandrashekar Rao. If that happens, who becomes the chief minister?
If that opportunity comes, he will definitely, be ready to don that mantle.
Then who will be chief minister of Telangana, Sai?
At that time, we'll see. When that opportunity of
I like
KCR
that.
becoming prime
I
minister.
like that. I like that. But thanks. I think it was wonderful. Mahesh, thank you so much. Mr. Reddy, thank you. Thanks are due to Mr. Subhash and of course to Sai Shekhar, who made this debate very, very pleasant. Thanks are due to you too, Varghese. Thank you very much. Let me tell you something, that it's going to only get exciting from here until when the elections are announced in Telangana. Thank you for watching.